So here we are, episode 5. We've done it. Right, we've done 5. Check us out.
Oh, we're on 5, yeah.
We're on 5. Well, hopefully we'll complete today, and then we've done 5, which would be a good start. I'm back, which is lovely.
You are back.
After having been off ill and having man flu.
Yeah, he didn't die on us, lads.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I made it through. But yeah, today I wanted to sort of come together. Obviously, the last couple of episodes we've had have been serious ones, which is good. It's the whole point of it. But I also wanted to sort of reconfirm the reason, not just why we're doing this, but the reason we're doing what we do in real life, our job, and the reason we've not just left and started working in an office or going down to a supermarket or something. Because, to be honest, we probably earn the same money doing that. So I wanted to sort of go through some of our own experience, stuff like funny things that have maybe happened, we've maybe not mentioned, some of the silly stuff we've maybe been asked. And I want to talk about some like things we used to do, which we don't do now, just to sort of point that out there.
Yeah.
But like initiations and stuff like that were bad, but were funny bad. They weren't mean. But yeah, so I want to sort of talk about that today, and hear from you guys as well. And I think you've got sort of a bit of a game thing we're going to play a bit later on as well, to sort of jazz things up a little bit.
Cocktail and beer trivia session.
To see if actually we are the worst barman in Leicester, which is probably quite possible.
Wouldn't be too far-fetched.
Yeah, so we'll give that a go. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of the plan today. And then obviously, as always, we'll go off on tangents and probably start talking about trains or something. So
we do love a ramble.
Oh, trains.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I wanted to first start about like my bits and then sort of, the bits that I really enjoy about it all. And we were having a good conversation the other day actually while we were talking about, what we're going to do today. And one thing that stuck in my mind was it's kind of, for us especially now for me, getting a bit on, I can't be going out so much anymore. My social life is small. But it is every day I go to work. I get to obviously hang out with my friends, which is what people go out and do. So I get to do that at work. You don't get that out very often in office jobs. You don't get that in working at a supermarket or anything. But also like your customers and stuff, that's the new bit. It's new every single day. Even if it's the same customers every day, you talk about, what did you get up to in the evening? And then talk about what show they've watched and stuff like that. And you haven't got someone breathing down your neck saying, time, come on, hurry up. Like you can't talk to customers. You need to get, the whole point of our job is hospitality. Yeah. We have that time to talk to our regulars.
Relax, learn their lifestyles.
It's like you said, it's different. So every day there still is something different going on. But like completely different from if you're sat at an office desk, filling in the same form, 100 times a day, every single day, doing the same thing all the time. At least like with our job, you have the freedom to, speak to people.
Yeah, totally.
So you're not stuck at a desk. You can move around. You can talk to people. You're encouraged to speak to the customers.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the whole point of it.
And with the, each day, even if you've not got customers, things need doing. So, and it could be, it's going to sound a bit lame to begin with, but like, I've got to change light bulbs. I've got to paint the stairs. I've got to, sort out some new bits, maintain the building. So like, and that's quite, in a way, I quite find that fun because
it's the fun stuff, because the monotonous stuff is what we do every week. Where, doing painting the stairs or changing the light bulbs, they don't go every week, So,
or just every other week. With
and the stress of trying to find the light bulbs in the first place.
Yeah,
so we've got every other one, but not the bayonet that goes in that fitting.
Why is there so many different ones? That's another thing, and we're not going down that tangent. But why is there so many different ones? Just make one. It's dead easy.
But right, straight away.
We can we're in charge of that building. We're there to maintain it, but also, we get everything on nice and lovely. And go, I've just thought of a really cool idea. Let's do this. And we're like, yeah, okay, let's go and do it. Yeah. Like we don't have to go to 600 people. Can we please do this? And let's make some we just make the posters. We plan the night.
I'm still waiting for those shirts with that slogan on.
So obviously not telling you where we all work. Some obviously people know, but we had I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen it?
I don't think
so. We had
a great
review.
Yeah.
I had this review and it was paragraphs. Like this guy was not happy.
Yeah.
Right. And he rated us the worst pub.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, the worst pub.
It was the one where he was like, all the crafts.
Yeah. And
he
was like, okay. And he really went into detail. He was wrong about 90% of the stuff that was on there. But, so we're going to get T-shirts made with worst pub in Leicester.
By this one guy.
By this one guy on TripAdvisor. And, Peter Pizzas or whatever, they've done it already. But why not? We're going to do that. So we're going to own it. I'm going to make some posters. They're going to go up.
I think we should use as a
handle. No, that's
worst pub in Leicester.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that that's having that freedom to be able to do that sort of stuff again makes it super fun.
Yeah.
And it's not that we're not professional in any way. We are super professional when it comes to actually the job, but it's more we have that flexibility. We can have loads of fun, and I honestly think that's what keeps us all here.
Yeah,
because we spoke about the traps of the rewards and things like that. But deep down, I think the real, at least the first time, when it first starts, the appeal is, for me, I'm not wearing a suit. For me, I'll hang out with my friends. For me, I can stand at the bar, have a new customer come to me I've never met before. Hey, bro, what are you up to today? Oh, I'm doing this. No way. I spoke to a guy yesterday and for about 25, 30 minutes about his job. And he used to be a waiter. And I was like, that's cool. Yeah. He goes, yeah, but I'm not a waiter anymore. I was like, okay, what are you doing now? He says, well, I took a chance for this company and applied and I got it and I'm an apprentice, but I'm wrapping cars. And I was like, okay, that's really cool. How cool is that? You see it all over Instagram, you see all that. I'm like, fair play, man.
My brain didn't click that straight away. I was like, he's wrapping over cars.
Wrapping cars for people on Christmas, putting a bow on them.
No, I didn't think that. I was like thinking like lyrically, like rapping. Yeah.
He's now a rapper.
Yeah, he's talking about BMWs, Mercedes.
But he's like, so he does that. And I said, oh, amazing. And he goes, but I've just been, I'm on the next team. I've passed. I was like, mate, that's amazing to hear. Well done. He goes, I'm off to Spain tomorrow. I was like, I've got to be at the thing at 5:30. And I was like, dude, it's 12 o'clock. You're still drinking. Like, you need to go home.
Celebrate.
His company are going to be wrapping like yachts or something for like multi-millionaire. Like, how cool is that? And he was just saying like,
I didn't even know you could.
But he met the people that he works with in hospitality. Yeah. He met them because he was having that conversation. Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, what are you up to? Oh, you do that? And they're like, actually, yeah, we've got a job going. And we are open to so many different walks of life anyway, and almost sometimes potentially opportunities that we might not necessarily notice at the start. But that, I think, in itself, you get to ask all these amazing things, talk about all this stuff to random customers that are doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And it's like, wow, you won't get that sound in an office.
No.
It is quite an opportunistic...
Absolutely. You can meet everyone.
Like, you could meet everyone. You could literally just start in a conversation, like you just said.
Yeah. And, you could actually find a new career. You could find, and it's not that that's the whole point of being in hospitality. Is but it's another perk of being within hospitality.
With my music and stuff, I've met people that you're like, oh, what do you do at uni or something? They'll be like, oh, music tech and stuff. And then we'll have a conversation about, oh, I do music as well. And it's
let's talk.
Let's talk.
Next thing you give each other a follow on Instagram, whatever, and you can have that conversation. And there's so much to it. And that again, for me, is part of obviously for me, I don't go out anymore really, but for that side of things. But what about you? Like, so for you guys, is it the same? Is there more? Is there anything else that you think, wow, this is the real perk for me at the moment? This is why I'm enjoying it.
I think, for me, it just allows me to proper dive into the ADHD culture that is my brain. It is very much there's a lot of shit to do, and we do it. But there's also the fact of something shiny, and I will go find it.
Yep.
That could be the light bulb, that could be talking to a customer, it could be randomly cleaning the ice well that's been done yesterday, but I've seen something, now I'm cleaning it again.
Yeah.
Or I've started a job, I've got bored and left a load of tat around for everyone else to clean up. It's the random, the random sequences what happen every day that is so different to the monotonous jobs that a lot of people get stuck in.
Because we still have the same stuff to do every day and once a week or once a month, whatever it is. But also, we still have 300 other things that didn't happen yesterday.
That could possibly happen as well. You never know what's going to happen.
It's mad.
What was it the other day? We had 4 dogs in at exactly the same day. At the same date, same time. I was like,
Is it just like a kennels at this point? Yeah.
Too much,
it was great.
Choice for candy.
I know,
yeah. Which one do I play with first?
I can't do that in an office.
Yes, exactly. You just don't get that. And I mean, obviously, I've had that experience, and and if people are doing that, that's fine. But I honestly don't think, in my opinion, you could really find a happiness within 4 walls of an office, just purely because unless you're doing something incredible,
unless you're getting paid
crazy money
for it,
and you know what,
you're justifying the fact, right? I actually kind of hate this, but
I'm getting paid.
A couple of years, I can go do this. Yeah.
Exactly. So
but there's, I met people that in offices have been doing it 40 years, 40 years, sat in the same room, the same people. Majority. Obviously, the young ones turn over dead quick because they do what they need to do.
I feel like I get bored of jobs quickly.
Yeah.
Do you think even if it's the same job somewhere else, I get bored of the place quickly. I think that's something I struggle with personally, is because
You're,
always want to do something.
so you know, everyone gets a 7-year itch. You get like a 7-week itch. You're like, oh,
Actually,
I've kind of learned this place now. I need to go
Yeah.
somewhere else and learn it again.
I think touching on that though is like a lot of people never find their like spot. They
Knocking all the things
Yeah.
around again.
never find their like little homeostasis. You know, they're like their place that they want to stay.
Yeah, and I think with the, you know, with our job and everything else, it is you kind of almost expect to move around a fair bit,
Yeah.
and you'll get to points where you're going, right, this is it now. This is where I am.
Well,
and then
we spoke about our like history in the industry and everything.
I mean, yeah,
We didn't even make it halfway through mine before we got bored and changed.
Well, that was the just ADHD of everything
Yeah.
else, I think. But like, yeah, 100%. You know, we all moved around and stuff, and I think you get to that point where you go, no, I'm here, I'm settled now, I'm happy here.
Yeah.
And you know, don't get me wrong, happy in other sites and other places a bit, and don't get me wrong, but you find that one place and you go, this is it, this is the one I want to stay in. And then, you know, for like Sam, for example, he wants to develop and he wants to go through. We have courses, as you know, so he wants to go through that. It will mean at one point or another he will need to move on because that's how the roles
That's
work.
where the next step is. Yeah.
But learning the basics, getting comfortable and want like a decent site to begin with, you've got the foundations to then smash everything else you do. Yeah, what about you then? Have you got any other sort of reasons you keep coming back? The reason you go, you know what, this is it for me?
I think I'm addicted to it as well.
Yeah?
You know, the crazy randomity. Like one day we have a really quiet day, and then the next day, exactly the same time, the whole university walks in.
Yeah.
You're like,
Okay.
why?
Yeah.
But you do it and you love it. Like once you get, I think it's the same thing as people who run kind of go through. While you're doing it, you're like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't know how
But
anyone does
as soon as it's over, you're just like,
Never done that.
oh,
Well, that's it.
fair enough.
It was like,
We've done it, we
obviously,
smashed it.
you obviously do running and stuff, and then
Yeah.
I was telling you the other day, my cousin mentioned it. He's like, "Yeah, I did running for the first
Mm.
time." I was like, "You fucking nerd! Like that is so lame." And he's like, "The runner's high though,
Yeah.
totally worth it." And I was like, "Because you should do it." I was like, "I've done running before, I hated it. I've got bad knees. I'm not doing it. It sucks." And I
And a bad back.
Let's be honest. You see a runner on the street, you're like, nerd.
And 1 out of 10 of them might be smiling. The rest of the 9 are like fully like grunted faces that look horrible.
Can't
They hate
do it.
being out
No,
there.
No, it's embarrassing. I'm
Then
going to
you-
do running. I'll be on a treadmill in a room that no one can see me in.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't do it
No,
anyway.
you'd walk, yeah.
I wouldn't even do that. I'd just tell everyone I did it.
Yeah.
Could just cycle instead. 'cause
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. Just you're not.
Well, it's cardiovascular. It's actually a lot easier on your body.
Yeah, exactly.
Hashtag tangent right now.
Woo!
Check us out.
Number 2.
So,
Just keep it tally.
I mean, like, obviously, you know, there's those things that's pulling us back in all the time, having
Yeah.
a good time. It's always fun. Do you have, like, any key points, something that clicks in your head every time you go, name something that happened? Or, like, you know, something that's funny? So, what, like, for yourself, have you had any key moments you go, this was hilarious? Like a story you'd tell someone? Like a PG story, I guess.
I don't know because I feel like I'm on the spot now and I've forgotten.
Okay, so when we were talking before, we were talking
Yeah.
about like new people, weren't we? We were talking about like,
Yeah, like,
some of the
there's-
fun questions you get asked for the first
Yeah,
time.
there's a lot of funny moments and a lot of funny things. And one of the little girls used to work for us. It came up to me on a very stressful, busy night, and she knew exactly the answer that she was looking for. But she still came up and asked me, was like with the empty glass in her hand, "How do I make cordial?"
Amazing.
Yeah.
So just,
So what the fuck are you talking about?
and what did you do? Did you actually
Huh?
show her?
No, of course I didn't. It was like 5 deep. I was, what the fuck are you talking about? She was like, okay. And it went off like, I was like, okay.
That customer
bye.
never got cordial, did they?
No, they didn't,
You
yeah.
got something completely. I can't make any. Would you like a? Just give them.
But the
something
funny
else.
thing is, she came up to me like later that night or like the next day or something. She was like, "I'm really sorry, I asked you a stupid question. I know how to make cordial. I make it at home."
Googled.
Like, you know what I
Googled
mean?
it.
Yeah, but
You guys are weird in cordial. It's diluting juice.
It's not diluting,
Diluting juice.
That's just weird.
what the fuck is diluting juice?
Diluting juice.
But surely that's just juice that you dilute.
Exactly. That's
But
what-
it's not. It's
diluting
cordial.
Juice.
Juice is orange juice.
Yeah.
Orange juice.
Well, it's concentrated.
So is that what you call it? Concentrated juice?
Well, no,
No,
it's
diluted, like
juice. because
diluting juice.
diluted.
Because we didn't have enough syllables.
Yeah, cordial. Squash,
Sounds posh.
honestly.
Juice and,
I want me some diluting juice.
Yeah. So you know, like talking about newbies and stuff. It's because that's
Yeah.
where you get the silly questions.
You do, yeah.
And it's a lot of them. It's their first job. You know, like they're just 18-year-olds, just came to university, or just need to find that first job.
The normal ones are normally like, of what spirits or what, or where is
Yeah.
this, or how
Yeah.
do I
Someone's
make
asked
this?
for, You know, so like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Courvoisier, what's that? Or
Yeah, well,
you know,
no one
whatever
ever
it-
actually understands what a brandy is.
No one does. No one does. It's just
Well, there's a select few that actually do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the people who know and understand and like whiskies, brandies, and
Yeah.
the all strange forms of those.
So I've had people work for me before when I had a small, like sort of small pub, and they genuinely said to me after a little while, they went, you know, if anyone asks for like a brandy or a whiskey and stuff, I just give them all Jack Daniels. Like brilliant. So people who for months have been drinking, but bad on them for not knowing. To be
No
honest,
one- yeah, that's the
they
thing.
couldn't tell either.
The only reason they even know the word brandy is because someone's in a bar told them that's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah. So yeah, all the time she's just giving them all Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
For months. Okay, fair. But the you know, like with obviously your new people and stuff like that. Obviously, that's where you get some of the weird questions and something you just think, I thought everyone knew this, and that is quite interesting, I think, because you know it's also a lot of it's life skills as well. So I remember it was not long ago. I asked one of our new guys, like, "Oh, you just sort out there's a spillage over there, so you can go mop and stuff for us." And then I watched them mop, and they have never mopped before in their life. They do not know what mopping is.
Yeah.
And I
But
sort
do you
of
remember the
afterwards,
first time that you mopped?
yeah, I got shouted at.
Yeah, me
Said done
too.
it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I had to mop the bar 3 times.
Yeah, and I remember like it used to be, you know, you get your checks, you close up, and then your manager comes down and checks you close down, and he was like, "What have you done?" I said, "Oh, I've mopped." And he's like, "With what?" I was like, "The mop." And he's like, "But with what else?" I was like, "Nothing. Why?" Like, I didn't use water. And I just went over the thing and was like, "Well, that's done nothing.
Yeah.
Pointless job. What an idiot." Obviously, I was just doing it wrong. But yeah, watching someone mop up water or something like that, and
Yeah.
not. You're just like, I thought everyone knew this, but it's just not something you don't necessarily do it at home.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people have carpets.
Yeah, so
or if
teaching-
or if they spill something, it's a towel.
Yeah,
No one cracks out a mop
but
anymore.
teaching an 18-year-old to mop, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is weird. Like, this is how you do it. I thought it was
Does it
simple.
make you feel old?
Fine. A, it makes you feel really old. But B, then you have a flashback of when you were first
Yeah.
taught, and you're like, okay, fair. But also, you're teaching them like it sounds a bit like life skilly
Yeah.
stuff, and it is life skills. It's something that you go right. Well, hopefully next time they'll be able to show someone, or at least be able to clean up some mess they've made. But that side of stuff, it's like it's common knowledge to me, but to them it's not. So that's what I've always found interesting. Like even cutting lemons and limes.
Yeah.
How many
People make
times-
wedges
Yeah.
out of everything.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Like, there's so many different ways we have to do
Yeah.
it, and you know, and I found that quite interesting as well, actually. But again, that's the sort of stuff that keeps me entertained enough to want to keep being within the industry, because I'm helping someone, I'm learning, teaching someone, and plus you get those silly things where you like disbelief moments of like, well, how do you not know this?
It is another one for you. When I was working for one of the cocktail bars, I got told, so you need to you create the garnishes in the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah.
Like certain garnish will keep. And we used to have to peel certain fruits, right? Some were pinch and pulls, which is where you take the rind and you pull it off, and then you
Yeah.
use just the thickness of the skin.
Yeah.
And other ones you actually get a peeler and you peel it.
Yeah.
You don't
Like
know the
orange wedges,
Yeah.
orange bits for you.
Yeah, you don't always understand the difference of that when you're first starting out.
No.
So someone will like, oh, that one needs just the rind. So you just get the lime, like a wedge of lime, you'd pinch it at the white, and then you'd pull the skin off from the white.
Yeah.
And then you'd make a little cut or whatever you were doing with it, twist it, and pop it on, squeeze it like the flame,
Yeah.
the little jazzy bits that they do in cocktail bars.
Yeah.
And then you pop it on top, yeah? Other ones, like the oranges, where you like take a peeler and you make a long strip and
Yeah.
you cut it into whatever design that you want from there.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't fucking know, so I just did the pinch and pull technique on everything. And when he came back, he was like, "The fuck is this?" I was like, "What do you mean? You told me to do?
done
This
it.
is how you explained it to me the other day. I've done it."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely wrong. Threw it all in the bin. Started again, didn't I? Like, yeah.
But that's the kind of thing that, like, you know, for me, as I say, it keeps you coming back. It keeps you're teaching someone something, but then hopefully they've paid attention and they can go and show someone else,
Yeah.
or at least do it right for them on the things. But we always used to do, like, especially for the new people, because I was a part of it as well. I had to do it all. We get someone new, for example, and obviously we don't do this now, but like you'd get someone new and you'd ask them silly things, get them to do stupid stuff, and it was like
they were great.
go polish the barrels.
Yeah.
And you give them some polish
Yeah,
and a
polish
cloth.
the
Like what
barrels first.
Chinese do when they repent.
Yeah, exactly, 100% that.
Yeah.
but it's sort
bar
of
version, yeah.
But like, you know, and you go, And you go upstairs and they're there polishing the barrels. Like, what are you doing?
Go count the ice cubes for me so I can order more.
Yeah. Just go in the ice well and count that for us. Or like mop the ceiling. That was always the best one. We used to do it in the kitchens.
I'm so thankful I never did that.
Yeah,
but
like so you get a mop bucket, everything else to do that, and they'll be up mopping the ceiling, getting absolutely drenched.
Yeah.
And
Getting a lovely shower from the dirty mop water and the dirty mop.
I say mine was a bit like, because it was one of my friends that actually hired me. It was, you know, I thought I was going to have an easy ride, and I think I mentioned it before, but he had me under a sink, cleaning the under barrel of a sink. And I was like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm cleaning it. Obviously, it's dripping all over your face and stuff like that. I was like, why are we doing that? He's like, because we can. I was like, oh, nice one, mate.
Yeah.
Did either of you get anything like that?
Not really. I feel like it's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Bullying in the workplace has stopped,
yeah,
is it?
You'll get sacked if you do something.
I got so when the first pub I worked in was like a little small village pub.
Yeah.
And then there was literally down the road there was a corner one, and they were like rival pubs. The owners didn't really like each other, but the actual bartenders and the locals and stuff got on.
Always the way.
Yeah, I got sent for a long wait.
So-
Just go ask him for a long wait, son. I was like, you what? Yeah, just go do it. I was like, oh, fine, so, yeah, cool. Waltzed over, out to the bar. I waited there for a while.
And did it come to a point where you go, wait a minute,
Well, like even when I
there
left,
is no
I
such
was
thing
like,
as a long wait.
yeah, even when I left, I was like, this is just bullshit, right? But I guess I was waiting for like a sign or something, like something to put on the bar saying sorry, long wait. You know what I mean? Yeah. So who knew that the mug was actually me? So
That's brilliant.
so yeah, I've had that one, and we've done a fair few in the day.
Yeah.
You know, some right silly ones.
We used to send people to get a shot of something. So like we got a pub just up the road, but it was quite a long road in fairness. And we'd hide a bottle of something and go, oh, customers asked for a shot of tequila and we haven't got any. So could you go to the pub and just get a single shot for us, please? And they'd be there walking back like this, like splitting it everywhere. And they come back and it's like half a shot. Like, no, it needs to be a full shot.
Yeah.
Go again. And then they'd go back, and then they'd come back again and be like, and they'd be there trying to, sellotape over the shot glass, whatever they need to do to make sure they don't spill it the second time.
That's quite smart though. Like
It's
trying
just
to put-
funny.
yeah.
Like it wasn't really bullying. It wasn't anything like that. It was just a
it-
bit more of hazing and
Yeah.
to see how.
You guys are trying to justify it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how it was. That's how it was. But it's. I say justifying. I still think it's funny, and I'm sure
It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
funny. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, most people would think that's funny. Like they go get a shot or
Unless
something.
Yeah.
the person that happened to.
It depends on their
Yeah.
mindset, doesn't it? If
Yeah.
they're,
And
if
if they
they're-
can't take a little bit of hazing, then they probably weren't made for the job. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
because we all need to be able
Yeah.
to take a little bit, Okay, so do you think there's anything now that you'd continue to do with new people to make it more fun or anything like that? Is there anything you guys would go, right, a new person come through? Obviously, we can't do the initiations and stuff anymore, but we can do the introductions. And obviously, we do it at a professional level, but there's got to be a bit of a bit of fun as well. Yeah, there needs to be a bit of fun. So what would you do? Or
I
what
think we should get more water guns.
water guns? Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
water guns on the bar now.
Yeah.
Water guns.
You know, we just found this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Water guns in the bar are so much
The
fun.
best in the world, to be fair.
Yeah, they are fun. I did
It's much better than play fighting with sanitizer like we used to.
Yeah, exactly.
like
Because
6 years
apparently
ago.
you can't do that anymore.
No.
Because if it gets in your eyes, apparently
Yeah.
it's bad. But little water
People
pistols are fun.
complain.
Yeah, I must admit, I do enjoy that. It's mostly because I like, for example, one of our members of staff loves their phone. So I just go bad and start squirting them on the phone.
A dog or something.
Yeah. It was well fun yesterday. I was chasing him around the pub with it. But again, he had one too. It was
Yeah.
neutral.
Yeah.
It wasn't me just pinning him down, like squirting him in the face.
It was like you and me in the kitchen. When you were out at the bar, I was like coming through out in the front of the bar, like rolling through, and they tried.
Oh yeah. I probably went 007
Special
style.
ops, like-
Yeah, I was like ducking round. I was like coming round corners like this, and then as I got to the door, I was bringing it to my chest. We couldn't see the gun. Like yeah,
This is the sort of stuff
the craziness that you
is
couldn't do
fun.
anywhere.
And
Yeah.
this is kind of like what I want to sort of portray for everyone because it's true. It is.
Yeah.
It is
Can
fun.
have a laugh.
You can have a massive amount of fun doing it, and it obviously depending on the team, especially you become one hell of a team.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we become family like it's Fast and Furious,
Right.
but you know what I mean. You are a big team of good friends in that time.
Yeah.
You're all together, and it is about making the most of that time. And you don't get that sort of fun in the majority of other jobs. I don't think, from my experience anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, what have you got any sort of? I mean, Sam, you've worked all over the shop
Yeah.
and stuff, but like, have you got any sort of? Oh, that was a really fun thing that happened, or anything like that?
Well,
Or was it
it's
all
more
just a
of
nightmare the whole way through?
It just sounds there like.
Just screaming all the way
I'm
through.
hanging on by a thread for the past 5 years. Not really so much fun things that have happened, because work generally is depressing.
Thanks.
No, it's sound here like
Oh, but good.
You guys-
so
you guys-
prior to this, that's what you
prior
meant.
to
There
this,
we go.
it's a bit depressing. Sorry, I'll reword it.
Sounds about 7 week the probation's up.
But it was kind of more mortifying and like a funny thing that happened. It didn't happen to me, but on my first shift at one of the restaurants I worked at, it was a Saturday night, and so I was only on my trial shift, and it was like, but it was meant to be a trial shift, so I was doing 5 till 7.
Yeah, it's a couple of
But
hours.
it turned to 5 till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Nice.
Happens.
Yeah.
Was it a paid trial shift?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I actually got more for that trial shift because it was cash in hand
Yeah.
than what I actually got paid for the rest of the time I worked there. So that was class. But yeah, it was just crazy. It was absolutely rammed, and like I was meant to have somebody with me to
Teaching you the
teaching me,
ropes.
right?
Yeah.
They were gone within half an hour because they had to manage their own section. So I was just kind of just like looking at it till like that. And I was like, you know what? Sod it. I'll start serving tables. And I got to like halfway through the night, and then their bar's quite small, and they've got a massive like bookshelf unit with all the glasses for the entire bar
Yeah.
on this shelving unit. And it's
Why do I already think I know what's going to happen?
yeah. And the entrance to the bar is where this is. So,
Amazing.
it's-
Really good.
It's a tight fit to get
Really
past
thought that out then.
yeah, so one of the guys was trying to run behind, face first into the shelving unit.
Ooh.
Shelving unit
Everywhere.
everywhere. No drinks for the rest of the night because there weren't any fucking glasses left.
That's mad.
So this guy literally did this and then walked out.
Yeah.
Just left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never seen that guy again.
No.
Even come back.
Took his
No.
penny off, put it
Yeah.
on the side.
And then I had
Pen
like,
down.
I had like one of the like managers was having a mental breakdown like behind the bar like
What do I
that.
do?
And
What do I
was
do?
like I was kind of just sitting there like
Should I
do
start sweeping?
Should I start serving people or should I? What do I do?
Yeah.
But I just
That is an extreme thing to happen.
Yeah.
I remember that and I always remember that because it's just
That is such
that
a...
was the craziest first shift.
Yeah.
Like even though we like my first shift with you guys was a match day.
Yeah.
Nothing generally bad happened. It was just busy.
Yeah.
But
That
was
was...
absolute pandemonium.
And that's kind of, again, another thing. You know, like even at that time it was, oh my God, this is mental.
yeah.
Now, it's you know what, you can almost look at it as like a, not a positive as such, but it's a story. It's a good
Yeah,
story.
exactly.
It's something to,
Something to see.
you know what, actually, that was all right, and you know, whatever. And you can probably learn from it. But yeah, like, that's pretty nuts. How about you?
I like extremes.
Yeah, like anything.
I've never had it anywhere
oh my
near like that,
goodness
yeah.
me, what has happened? How are we gonna, how are we gonna survive? Let's just close those sort of moments.
I don't think I've had too many of those. The worst one that we ever had is when I was still in Watford, where you got taken over by a family of travellers.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I remember you saying.
Yeah. So that was probably the most like, oh shit, okay, cool.
So like a big thing that
So I
changed.
go home then?
Yeah, I'm done then. See you later. I'm off.
But
No more work for me.
Yeah. My area manager at the time, my assistant manager at the time, he was just like, yeah, everyone go in the kitchen and I'll stay out here until the police turn up.
Wow.
You know?
That's mad.
Yeah,
Fair
no,
play then.
yeah. And they took over the pub.
See, for us, I can't remember if you were there at the time, was when we had Roma.
Oh no, yeah, I wasn't
It was
with you. I was
it
still at the training
Yeah,
team.
Leicester versus Roma.
Yeah.
And they came, I was, starting at 4 or something. Kickoff was late. I would have been fine. And got there and got up to the pub and was greeted by 30 policemen, riot vans. I was like, why has no one called me? What's going on? Walked downstairs. Manager who was running the shift at the time and the other members of staff looked like ghosts. And I was like, what is going on? Who are all these people in balaclavas? What is going on in this pub? Police were there. I spoke to those guys and they were like, yeah, you can ask them to leave if you want and we'll be with you, but you can't make them leave. There's too many of them. There's 200 plus
Yeah.
Roma fans in your pub. Like, okay. So and this little young lady thing came up to me and she was like the interpreter for this group of people, because it wasn't the main fans, it was the ultras. So these are the guys all in black everything. They just want to do their thing, set off flares or whatever they do. I don't know, probably a lot worse. And they that was mad. So she came up, introduced herself, said hello, and the match is pretty soon. All my Leicester fans are going to be here in about an hour's time. You guys need to just skedaddle. She went, okay, I'll go and ask the main man. And he was sat at the back of the pub on, like, it almost looked like a throne at this point. The Roma logo tattooed on his throat. She walked over and he just went, no. That was it. That was the conversation. She came back and she's like, no. I went, what do you mean, no? We're not leaving. Looked at the policeman. He went, we can't make them leave. It's like, go. So we had them take over the pub, doing all sorts of things they shouldn't be doing in pubs. And yeah, that was mad for me. That's something I'll always remember, because I was like, right, everyone behind the bar, because I don't know what these guys are like. I will run food. I will, make sure. But the thing is, we had to close like all the pass and stuff at the end, because every time we put food, someone just take it.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you doing? What are you going to do? Fair enough. So that was mad. And they were walking around with their own bottles of spirits. Like, they could just do what they wanted.
Well, they're not all tooled up as well. They're not got like hookers
So,
or something.
so we're not too... Obviously, they all had backpacks on.
Yeah.
But nothing... I didn't see anything... Like, they weren't walking around with it, because it was it was almost they took over. It was their pub.
Yeah.
And then... So I got the police to divert any Leicester fans trying to come through. So I had them in the park, had them on the side, so I don't come in, sort of thing. And then, obviously, they decided it was time to go. So they blew a load of whistles, and the next thing you know, they're all down the road. But then they were walking down the road, and obviously it's traffic. They just walked into the traffic and over the cars. They didn't care. And the police couldn't do anything. There's too many of them. So they're all heading to the game. I was like,
I remember that, to be fair, because we sat in my accommodation. It was just a sea of just like flares walking past.
Yeah.
I was playing FIFA at the time, and I thought, right, the crowd noise in this game's actually getting louder. I don't know what the fuck's And then I kind of looked up, and there was just like
A sea of people
I
in-
opened my curtain, and I was like, what?
Nope.
Nope.
yeah, they were. And so they were walking down the thing. Obviously, cars were stopping because they were in the street, and they walked over the cars. They're damaging everyone's cars. They didn't give. They did not care. And I was like, right, that's them gone. The pub was a state. Like, I was like, oh, okay, we need to sort that out. Spoke to my bosses at the time, and they were like, right, what are the police saying? They're like, the police have just rang me again and told me to close because they've lost control of them all. They're all heading back. So I had to close the pub, and that was the first time, probably one of the only times I've had to really close a business to go, because for safety.
Yeah.
But obviously we closed and everything else, and cleaned up, and I got everyone in the car. I even told the police, I was like, my car's going to be overloaded, but I'm getting everyone safely. So, and we drove around town, dropped them all off, and everything else. But that was something I'll never forget that moment, because I was just walking in and going.
What the?
It looked like a drill rap video.
Yeah.
I think it's the only way I could explain it. All of them wearing like balaclavas and stuff, but
Full of ballys.
they all wore, like obviously you see, our fans and stuff all wear like, Stone Island and some Sambas or whatever. They had their own look as well,
Equivalent, yeah.
and they all looked the same. So it was quite interesting. But that's something I'll never forget. But again, it was, at the time, I was like horrified. I was like, but we dealt with it. But afterwards now, I can look at it and go, that was cool. It's something I dealt with. It's a story I can talk about and kind of remember in a good way, because I can tell the story and go, this bloody happened.
And now we survived.
It's
The
almost like
pub's
a
still
war
there.
story, isn't it?
Yeah.
You gain these stories, you gain these things, and you can start sort of talking about them and exchanging stories with other bartenders. And well, that might happen to you, but we had aliens come in and take over the business, and whatever. So it is 100% a competition.
100%.
So okay, interesting. So other than those million things that obviously keep us coming back, and obviously everything else we've done in the past, we enjoy it. That's the kind of message we're trying to get across to anyone actually listening or watching. But I think the other side of it is, we are a bit addicted.
Yeah.
It is an addiction almost itself. Like the craziness, the amount of stuff we have to do, getting it done.
It's like
smashing it.
sometimes you actually want something to happen or something to go.
You want something big, and you want something, and not like, oh yeah, no, I hope there's a big fight or something. But I mean, for me, like yesterday, for example, I thought, oh, no, we're going to be dead. I generally thought we were going to be dead yesterday.
I remember
because all the students and stuff had cancelled the society meetings. I was like, oh God, we're done. Like nothing's happening today. But what they didn't tell me was they had this massive award ceremony across the road. So not only did I have all my sponsors that we sponsor, we had every other sports team in. So, crazy busy day.
Yeah.
And as much at the time I was like, oh, this is hard, I don't like it. Brilliant at the end. You look at that figure and you go, yeah, smashed it. Like, and that's really
done something.
We've actually done something. We've achieved something. Yeah. So that was quite cool. And those little, if you are passionate about, the business itself, you start going, right, okay, we've forecasted this. That's the target, but you want to beat that target. Yeah. You want to do better.
And we'd only done it a little bit in the day as well. So,
so it's all at night time a lot of the time. So beating that forecast is that for me. It's like coming in on a Monday and going, wow, we smashed this week yet again, making ourselves look better than ever before.
Yeah.
That for me, again, is almost like a little high.
Forecast last night?
Yeah, smashed it. Absolutely smashed it.
Well up in the week.
Yeah, massively. So this is what I mean. So you're already feeling like those sort of things when you get to, from bar staff to team leaders to assistant managers to managers, you start caring, obviously not necessarily about, well, you do care about what's going on and the nice stuff, but you start caring about the figures and the facts and, wow, we're smashing it against last year. We're doing really well.
Last year, you also look at the area as well.
And you're proud of yourself because you've achieved something better than you've ever done before. So again, you get that sort of like mini wins, and it's almost every day you can have that. Oh yeah, we did it! Like that's so that's always really.
It's like
cool.
when Wayne comes out and starts talking about his like sales and how many.
Yeah, he's
they
like
did
smash food from this. We've done that. We did this. And he's super buzzing about
we
it.
did this many tickets on DK, or we hit this this what was it? The name came in yesterday from up the road.
Yeah.
His DK was £130.
Yeah, so it was like we had yesterday. We had one of the guys from a different pub come through and show, and he literally printed out the receipt and was like, "This is my biggest order today." And he was buzzing about it, and it's kind of like, oh, fair play. He actually really cares enough to, because a lot of the other guys would go, like, who cares? Like, but he was dead. But he was dead proud of himself. And
my favourite one of the DK stuff came through was the one that
no one knows what DK. No one knows what DK is.
Yeah, I know it's Dark Kitchen, but
no one know what that is.
Yeah,
our secret takeaway service that no one knows about.
Yeah, but they're all over the place. So.
It's the guy you just ordered like garlic aioli all the time as well.
Yeah, shout out to him, keeping us our garlic sauce supply.
1-star review for garlic aioli. It's like what?
But as I said, it's sort of those little things, those little wins daily almost is amazing as well.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy that. And then, when we do get those reviews on Google, it sounds a bit lame, but when I read them and it is someone saying, I had a wicked time.
Yeah.
The staff were great. The food was amazing. The bitters are awesome.
Yeah, I like the shout out ones where they're talking about some of the team.
Yeah, when they mention names and stuff as well. So they've asked that person, oh, what's your name, by the way?
Yeah.
That to me is amazing. And I love reading those sort of things. And again, it sounds pretty nerdy and a bit like, oh, what a loser. But it is wicked to see your team doing something amazing, especially when you're not there and you think, oh, you almost, I'm at that point in reality where I'm quite happy not to be there. I absolutely trust everyone to be there, so it's not a problem. But also when you go,
Which when you were at the X pub, that would never have happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we'd have anything
as soon as I left,
Yeah.
everyone went, tools down. And then, until I got back. And I went, oh, he's here again. But obviously where we are now, we're lucky. But again, having that sort of, those little bumps in the morning where you're just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, they've done well. Oh, that's really cool.
I still remember when you first took over your pub. The old school.
Yeah.
You were holding it for a while and then took over, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that I still remember that because it was like, oh, Matt's still my friend. We talk and play games and drink occasionally. And it was like, oh, Matt's just working.
Yeah. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, because it was your your baby at that time. Like it was your project.
It was, yeah. And I was like, I wanted it to succeed. So I was there every day. But then once I got it, I was happy.
I still never think you got that one to the point where you would happily walk away and not think about it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I would have.
Yeah.
It was also where it was based.
Yeah.
I was worried as well because I was obviously, you care about your staff, so you're a bit sort of on edge because anything can happen at any point. But whereas where we are now, lovely, safe, can't complain. So you've got us some question
Oh,
things.
yeah,
This
I've
is
done a
something we've not
trivia
done
thing.
before, obviously. So we thought we'd mix it up.
It'll translate well on video, but probably not so much on it.
Well, we're going to read the question,
Well,
Yeah.
obviously.
and then we're going to
You're not just going to write random things down. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, we're going to write the answer down, and then we're going to read those answers out. Nice and easy. But we're going to give it a go. If it's rubbish, it's rubbish, and we'll never do it again, I promise. But if it isn't, and it works, then well done us for being amazing. So basically, the idea is Candy's going to write out a load of. Well, he's going to give us some trivia questions.
I've got 10 trivia questions.
Right. So to prove that we know what we're talking about,
Or not proof, yeah.
yeah, I'm going to absolutely fail this. I reckon
that
that is the answer. The first
Oh,
answer
smash it.
is
I would take one.
as a penis. I'm so proud of you, Sam. Right then. So, how many questions did you say there are going to be?
I've got 10 and 2.
To decide as a way.
Yeah. So just in case you get, you guys.
You know when we get none of them right.
Yeah, that's fine. Then
We just prove that.
Yeah.
Never come to our pub. Not that we've ever mentioned where it is, but it might be a
we
bit
know
off.
Yeah.
nothing about.
Yeah, we know nothing about anything, so it's fine.
can
Right.
There's a couple fun ones. There's a couple easy ones.
Yeah, cool.
And I've got a couple prompt questions too that I can.
Right. Okay.
So-
I am ready for the first one. So, first question, please, Candy.
Fantastic. Right. First question is Cuba is often referred as the birthplace of what cocktail?
Say that again.
Cuba is often referred
Oh.
to as the birthplace of what cocktail?
Okay.
Do you need a hint? Or are you okay?
I'm totally ready.
Yeah. What we got?
So, Sam, you've gone for mojito. I've gone for a Cuba Libre.
Sam gets the point.
Oh, as if.
Yeah.
Right,
Come on.
Sam's winning already.
Yeah,
This is
Sam's
the
won
worst
up.
game ever. Right.
Right.
How is Cuba not called Cuba? It's Cuba. Cuba Libre. It's named after the place.
Yeah. The original question was it started with Havana, and I thought that was a bit too on the money.
Rum.
Yeah.
Rum.
I hate you all. Right then.
And then
okay.
the prompt would have been so if you needed one, it would have been about mint and and limes.
Stop it. Right. Okay. So I'm
Yeah.
losing already.
So you're just one behind. It's only
Already.
one question, and all right, it's fine.
Right. Well.
You could pull it back.
Yeah. So the next
up.
one is what is the main ingredient in beer?
As in volume. As in volume.
Or like,
As in the main ingredient
Right.
in volume, yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
ready.
Go on then. Sam.
I would hope
go
you both
first.
got this one right.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, it's 2-1 to Sam.
Amazing. So Sam's still winning.
So for anyone who randomly doesn't know, if you look at the ABV volume on any bottle of beer, then if it's a 5% beer, then the 95 is the water.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're teaching everyone today.
Drinking a shit ton of pints, man.
Exactly.
But
H2O.
it's good for you.
Definitely.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Just don't drink too much. No.
Right.
Go on then.
So this one is a bit of a throwaway one, and it's one that I learned a little while ago, and it's fun.
Okay. I'm
Yeah?
ready.
When was the porn star martini invented?
As in the year.
Yeah. And I'll give you one of either side.
Hang on. The porn star martini.
Mm-hmm. All right, then what we got?
Wrong. 19. What did you go for?
1979.
2010.
Technically, you're closer.
Yeah.
It was 1999 is when the guy created the recipe, and it was traditionally called the Maverick Martini.
Wait, no.
No, I'm taking the point. Get over it. So it's 2-2.
2-2. Right. Which cocktail that aligns in Puerto Rico has the same name that translates to strained pineapple? And there is a song about it.
All right.
I can't spell it.
That's fine. We don't need spelling. I'm dyslexic.
Right. Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, I'm going to be well
It's
annoyed.
going to be annoying.
Well, we got
Pina colada.
I've
Pina
got pina
colada,
colada as
yeah.
well. Okay. That's okay. I'll take that one.
3-3.
3-3.
All right then. Right. What is the primary source of sugar in beer? Do you need a selection or?
The primary source of sugar.
Yeah. So if you don't add sugar, what is that sugar source?
I think I'm
Are we
wrong.
talking about like the chemical process that it, or
I
Yeah,
think
what creates sugar in beer if you don't add sugar to
I
it?
think I'm wrong, but I'm okay with it.
Did you want prompts or did you want to just go with what
I
you
am
got?
100% correct or wrong.
Okay. Right. What have we got?
Get Sam go first.
alcohol content?
Alcohol content, yeast. It is actually malt, and you're not far off, Matt, which is great because the malt is what creates the sugar, and what creates the alcohol is the yeast eating the sugar.
No, see, I'm not going to get the point, but so,
Yeah.
No, fair.
so we're on 3-3
It's
still,
3-3 still, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm learning a lot, you know.
I'm learning a lot, and I hope all the viewers and listeners are too.
My brain.
Yeah, I love your brain. All right, go on then.
Random shit all the time, innit?
Yeah, man.
Right. Cocktails like the Tequila Sunrise and the Queen Mary call for a specific type of cherry draped in, preserved in syrup.
Oh, fuck, I've got a rubber.
Can't spell it, but I know what I'm saying.
That's fine, I'm dyslexic. Ready?
Right. So we're going for maraschino.
Maraschino, yeah.
Oh.
4 all.
All.
All right, so this one is a deceptive one.
Right.
Ready?
No.
Right. What brand of whiskey is produced in a dry county and is therefore not being able to be sold in where it's from?
What whiskey?
Yeah.
Whiskey or bourbon.
So that makes it too easy.
Right.
Does it?
Yeah. Do you want to know that it's produced in the USA?
Okay. Really? And they've got dry places?
They've got a dry county, yeah.
I didn't know
See,
that.
I feel
Any
like
dry
you could do
state.
this one, but it's almost kind of too obvious. Ah, fuck it.
Right, okay. I'm wrong, I think. But I'm wrong. Go on then. What do you go for?
Jack Daniels.
I went for Bullet.
Oh, yeah, it's Jack Daniels. It's
No
Tennessee.
way.
Yeah. So it's made in Tennessee, and Tennessee actually don't allow alcohol.
What?
Are you sure? Like still?
Yeah, so it was a dry
That's
state.
insane.
Yeah.
Is that why no one lives there? Is that why no one lives there anymore? Everyone's just left.
I don't know. I don't live
It's
there.
an empty place. There's just no one there anymore. 'cause they
It's
can't
just
drink.
one factory now.
Yeah, that's all there is. Right, so Sam is winning
5-4.
It's 5-4 now. Yeah.
This is the last one.
Oh, yeah.
And if I get this right,
Yeah,
then we have
then
to go
it's
to the
tiebreak.
extra.
Yeah. Are
But
you
if
ready?
not, okay, go on.
All right. What is the most widely consumed beer in the world?
In the world,
World. Oh, fuck.
You're very quick.
That was very quick.
Yeah.
that's what she said. Really? I went for Budweiser.
But, well, technically, you're both right because I only wanted a type, so it's a lager.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
Okay.
So okay, I'm taking the point.
Yeah.
That's
So now
take
it's-
the point as well.
Yeah. Oh fuck, that doesn't
Yeah.
help me. Right, this is it then. Let's go. I'm
But
ready.
this is the last question I have, so are you ready?
It could be a draw. That'd be cute.
All right, cool. Right. What country consumes the most beer per capita? Capita means the population, so each person would consume amount. Do you want a few options because it's quite a niche one?
Niche country.
A niche country.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I'll give
okay,
you
so
I'll give you three.
Who consumes the most beer for how many people are in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if say they had 1 million people, per that 1 million people, each person. would
Okay,
drink
yeah,
a certain
so
amount.
give us some options.
Yeah. It's United States,
Yeah.
Germany, and Czech Republic.
Well, that's easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Capita.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't write my.
Sure,
it's
it's
broken.
Okay.
So,
Right then, Matthew, you go
so
first.
I'm going for the Czech Republic.
Nailed it. Yeah. So you both got the point.
But Sam
So-
won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the worst game ever.
So the fun fact of that though is that Czech Republic actually, on average, drink 142.4 liters per person.
That's mad.
It's ridiculous per year.
They love their life. They're having the best time.
That's crazy. Well, to be fair, like if you think about it, if you go to Czech Republic, they've got like 10 different ways you can pour a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got, like the milk one that is just pure head.
Is this where they go to like those things and they sit in a bath and it's just made up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kinda-
Don't understand that, but
Did you want the last question or no?
I thought you said that was the last question.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the tiebreaker one that I had.
Oh no, well he's already won.
I know it's one, but I thought you might want to.
I mean, go on, I'll give it a go. I'll
Yeah.
pick it up on my iPad.
What is the difference between ales and lagers?
Ales are terrible and lagers taste okay.
Well,
Is it the
What is the main difference in their production that allows one to be an ale and one to be a lager?
is it like the yeast in it or something?
Is it because the actual ale itself is still technically alive? It's still
Yeah.
it's still
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
it's
yeah.
still fermenting. It's still moving.
So
it's
yeah,
still,
so the
it's a
idea,
live
the
product.
main difference between them is that one uses a top feeding yeast and one uses the bottom feeding
Yeah.
yeast. Yeah, you were. That's why I nodded.
You won. You
So-
totally won that one. I'll give you. But they're talking about like different countries and stuff. Actually, there was I met someone from Kazakhstan literally yesterday.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah. And she was explaining to me, she was talking about like, you know, she asked for vodka or Coke or something. I was like, yeah, no worries. Said, oh, you know, how much it was. And she was like, that's really expensive. And I said, oh, is it? Like, sorry, it's just what we are. She goes, oh no, where I'm from, it's £1 a litre. Worked out to £1 a litre.
Not Czech Republic, is it?
For vodka. And she was saying for brandy, it's £1. You get 2.5 litres of beer for about £1. Unless you go out and then it's like £1.50. And she was telling me all about this stuff, and it was just dead interesting listening to this. And then one of her friends is from somewhere else, and she was saying, oh no, this is the prices. It's like 70p a litre of vodka and stuff. And then like people are paying 20 quid a litre now, maybe. I don't know. I don't buy vodka, but you know, that sort of thing. I was just like, that is mad. Like when you start looking at different countries, and I said their cultures. I was like, well, that seems like a lot. And she's, oh no, you drink that on a night out. I was like, the whole litre? And she's like, yeah.
But then you think like
maybe it's not as strong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
think of though a litre, right, and how many drinks you would actually have.
a lot. That's what I mean. I just
But
don't
that's
know
what I mean. Like,
if
because
that's just maybe it's a strength thing. I don't know, because it's
Well-
only £1. It's cheap.
well, 70.
1,000 ml.
Yeah, so a 70 centilitre bottle is quite easy to go for in a night.
No, it's not. Well, it is, but it's not. It's not supposed to be.
Yeah, but it is though, isn't it?
You
Like,
have 20 doubles from a litre of vodka.
Yeah,
Who's drinking 20 doubles in one night?
that's what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, yeah, as I was saying, like those sort of things, silly stuff like this. This is the reason why we do this. We
Yeah.
learn facts that aren't necessarily even needed in the world.
Yeah,
but
but
they're interesting.
If
And it's-
if you asked a random person when the porn star martini was invented, a lot of people think it's a lot older than it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's only like of recent times.
Yeah.
Like
Thanks to bottomless brunches. and
it was
things like that.
essentially a 2000s baby.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, what's this?" And now, like, you get it on tap.
Well, considering how widespread it is after like only like
Yeah.
14 years of it, like, well,
Oh yeah, it's the biggest selling. I'm
24,
90%,
yeah.
I'm 90% sure it's the biggest selling cocktail. Full stop.
Yeah, it definitely was in the early like noughties.
Yeah. So I think I'm pretty sure it's the biggest selling cocktail.
Yeah.
Today.
So the guy who invented it lived in South Africa.
Yeah.
And was using their the things that was really easy like consumed there, like the most local things, the things that everyone drank, which was prosecco, passion fruit, and vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like the main thing. So he put the three together, right? And out there, he was in a place called the Maverick, so he called it the Maverick Martini. But he was like, he always said there was something missing. And then when he came back home to London,
Yeah.
and was running a bar there and was doing things, he managed to put it all together. And which that bar was put
He just
was
put everything
formed in
together and was
1999.
like,
Yeah, and then that was it. Yeah,
cool. Well, I think like we've
probably done
we're
quite
almost
well.
that time to be
Yeah.
fair. But yeah, what we're trying to say, I've said it before, I keep saying it. We're just trying to, put
show
out,
how much we love, and it is so much fun.
It's a massive passion.
And it doesn't matter which side of the spectrum you're on as well, like
No.
because we are obviously a managed house,
Yeah.
and we pretty much always have worked managed.
Yeah.
you know,
I
I've
think
dabbled in the
in the independent
but,
side of things, it can be a lot more fun.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
you've got a lot more freedom to do what you need.
but it's also more stressful.
Yeah.
So
But I think overall, what we're trying to, it's a hell of a
everyone
passion.
should give it a go.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
But it's also, and if you really get into
Yeah,
it,
and another one is as well is if you are in this industry,
Yeah.
let us know.
yeah.
Tell us some of your funny
Yeah,
stories.
actually, yeah,
That'd
send
be
us some
great.
stuff in,
because
that'd
then we
be
might be able to
brilliant.
talk about them next
Actually,
time.
that's a good-
yeah.
Yeah, if people do that, that'd be really
Yeah.
cool. Because then we could actually, like, at one point, be like, here's our guest. And we'll start reading stuff out of what people have been through.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
real cool. But awesome. Thanks so much for, again.
I think a good episode, if we could get enough people to send stuff in, would be like their horror stories.
Yeah, horror stories, the fun
We'll do it in
songs.
October when it's
Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
We've got before we finish, we've got that. We've got something super awesome lined up for next month.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a really cool guy coming through who's super like he's been doing it forever.
Yeah.
He's so switched on with
Every single aspect
He's
of our
done
job,
every
yeah.
aspect of hospitality.
Right.
He's found something he's doing now, which is incredible. I can't wait
Yeah.
to talk to him about it. And he's super passionate. He's been messaging loads already, talking like, "Oh, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about
Yeah.
that." He's super pumped for it. So we'll be
Might
getting
have to
that.
book in a double slot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, probably actually. But yeah, so that's super
Yeah.
awesome. So that's something to look forward to. But yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Episode of the podcast.
Eh?
Bumper episode. of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
podcast.
Yeah. But yeah,
Smashing.
awesome. Thank you so much. And
Well,
cheers.
good day, lads.